Welcome to Warm Up Wednesday. Today we're going to do vocal warm ups together. I'm going to share with you my routine as a vocal coach and a professional singer. And you can sing along with me at home, and this way you can start to develop your own warm up routine for singing. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat as we go along. I don't have a ton of time today, so this is going to kind of be like a rapid fire session. We're just going to keep moving through things, and I'll pause every once in a while to scroll and look for any questions. Welcome. Okay. All right. Okay, now that that's all set up, one more time. Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Tara. I am a professional singer based in New York City, as well as a voice teacher and vocal coach. I have different daily live offerings for free music education. And Wednesday, today, is Warm Up Wednesdays. So we're going to do some vocal warm ups together. I'm going to take you step by step through how I prefer to warm myself up before I sing or at the start of a day if I don't have a gig, before I teach. Okay. On Mondays, we do Music Theory Mondays. Tuesdays are Ear Training Tuesdays. Wednesdays are Warm Up Wednesdays. On Thursdays, on TikTok Live only, I do free voice lessons. So if you'd like a chance to sing with me for free, get some feedback on maybe a piece of a song that you're working on or some sort of vocal technique. For example, some people have popped on and said, hey, I'd like to work on my mixed voice or my belt or my vibrato. You can pre-register at the live events on my TikTok profile to sing with me and then show up at the scheduled time. And the first 3 people who have signed up and show up will get a chance to work with me for 10 to 15 minutes on TikTok Live. And this Friday, I'm starting a first time new session called Frequency Friday. And this is going to have to do more with the soul piece of singing, the mind-body connection piece, how singing can help us regulate our nervous system, and confidence building, the other pieces that go into being a singer, being a creator. So, hi, everybody. Hi, Tina. Welcome. So we're going to jump right in today. I don't have a ton of time. This is probably going to take about 30 minutes. Okay. So follow along at home. And if you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat. All right. I don't have any good vocal fry exercises for warm-ups. I can look into it. As vocal fry is something I don't teach a ton of because I feel like people can do it naturally, and it's not something that we want to like overly encourage. But let me think on it. And I'll get back to you on a different session. All right, so we're going to start by stretching a little bit. So you can sit or you can stand up. Let's welcome some shoulder rolls. So we always want to start with stretching when we're warming up our singing voice because singing is a mind, body, soul thing, right? So we want to make sure that our body is a little bit warm and loose. The more tension we have when singing, the harder it's going to be. So we want to warm up the body. You can just follow along doing some stretches with me. I really like to take some time to open up the neck, the shoulders, the chest space. Really kind of spread each one of the lungs apart. Okay. Each one of the lungs. By the lungs, I mean the rib cage, right? Like each bone, we want to try to, when we do these side bends, we want to try to squeeze this side, squeeze the side that we're bringing our shoulder to our hip. And we want to try to open up these intercostal muscles here. Can you separate each rib bone from itself by pulling this part of your rib cage down and this part of your rib cage up and over? And you want to keep an open chest here. Try not to concave like this. Although that does feel good too. So maybe we'll do both. Maybe it's nice to kind of rock back and forth between the two. If you find any spot that is sticky while you're stretching and warming up, hang out there, work it out. Give your body a little bit of love. Okay. Once again, I'm trying to squeeze here and stretch here, really opening up my side body. If you lean forward on the other side, do it here too. I feel like this is opening my shoulder blade, between my shoulder blade and my spine. So it's a totally different sort of stretch, but still really useful. Okay, next thing, you guys can do this sitting down. I'm going to demo it standing up. So if you can clasp your hands behind your back, do that. And then draw your knuckles down towards the floor. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together and opening the front of my chest. If you don't have access to this in your body, try grabbing for opposite elbows or wrists, or even clasping behind the back. So this might be really difficult for some people because our bodies are so used to being hunched over computers, in my case, a piano. So we're stretching that chest open in the opposite direction. So don't be hard on yourself if this is a little sticky for you. The more you do it, the more the body will open up for you. Okay? Take a nice deep breath. Try to expand the rib cage front, back, and side to side, all 4 directions. Deep, deep, deep breaths. Try to breathe low if you can too. See how my belly is inflating? We want to do our best to keep our chest and shoulders without tension, and we don't want them moving all over the place every time we take an inhale or an exhale. Okay? Let's drop the chin into the chest, and we're going to roll our neck one ear to one shoulder and then through the middle. If it feels good to drop your head all the way back, you can go ahead and do that. Make sure you do it to each side at least once. I don't like doing it, so I don't. Hi, Hannah. Welcome. You are just in time. Okay, one more time to each side. And then when you land to one side, you're going to hang out there. Okay. And we're going to take this time to stretch the neck, similar to the way we were stretching our side body. If you want a little deeper of a stretch, you can bring your hand to the top of your head. Okay. And just apply a little weight here. If you want an even deeper stretch, you can bring opposite hand to shoulder and press it down. Oof, I'm feeling that. Or you can outstretch your arm and your fingertips, and this gives a different sensation as well. So find the sensation that's best for you. And then breathe deeply into the space you're trying to create. Drop the hands, nod the head yes 10 times. Keep that ear towards the shoulder, but then we're shaking our head yes about 10 times, and then no about 10 times. And if you find any sticky spots, hang out there. Maybe give yourself a little massage. Or we're loosening up all these muscles in the neck and shoulders that tend to get so bunched up from all of our technology time. Okay? Come to stillness, drop your chin in through the chest, through the center, and over to the other side. Okay, we're going to repeat all of that on the other side. Doesn't matter which side you do first or second. Dropping the ear towards the opposite shoulders and getting a nice stretch through the neck. Maybe you bring the hand to the top of the head to deepen the stretch. Maybe you bring the opposite hand to the shoulder, or maybe you outstretch your fingertips. Breathing deeply. Dropping the hands, nodding the head yes 10 times. Nodding the head no 10 times. Hanging out in any sticky spots, maybe giving yourself a little massage. And then drawing the chin back into the chest. Bring the chin level and then we're going to clasp the hands, place them at the nape of our neck, and we're going to drop our chin back into our chest. Maybe we even curve the spine as well, bringing our elbows towards one another so that we're stretching out the back body and the back of the neck. Breathing deeply. All right. Cool. Now we're going to do a little bit of tongue work, a little bit of face work. So massage the jaw where the top and the bottom jaw connect. Open and close. Bring the tongue into it. Ah. 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 Heel of the hands. Down the jaw. Slide it down. Squeeze and open, squeeze and open, squeeze and open. Okay. 3 deep breaths with me. I want you to put, if you're new to breathing for singing, I will want you to put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. Okay, I'll flip them so you can see a little bit better. We're going to take 3 deep breaths, breathing into our lower hand. See how much my belly comes out and see how still my top hand is. So the goal is to try to keep the top hand still and to press the bottom hand out, okay? If this is your first time doing this, it's probably going to be a little bit tricky. There's no shame in being a beginner. Just keep trying. You'll get there, okay? Here we go. In through the nose. Think about pulling the air down towards your butt. My first vocal teacher always told me to breathe from my butt. And then release through the mouth as if you're blowing through a straw. And I'm drawing my belly button towards my spine to push out all of the stale air from my lungs. Thank you for the likes, Lala. Hi, welcome. Inhaling again through the nose, pressing out the belly, breathing deep into the abdomen, out through the mouth. Belly button to spine. One more. How are we doing? Does anybody have any questions? All right, we're going to do a breathing exercise now. So if you are taking notes to develop your own warm-up routine at home, first we did some stretching, now we're doing some breathing, and then we're going to start singing, okay? So I have a metronome app called Metro Timer. It looks like this little blue one here with the M, okay? And this is a metronome. And as you can see, I have it set to 60, 60, okay? So you can practice this at home. All right, I'm gonna guide you through this exercise. All you need to know right now is every time I tell you to inhale, we're gonna inhale for 4 clicks. The clicks sound like this, okay? Inhale through the nose if you can. Mouth is also okay, but nose is preferred. You're gonna inhale for 4 counts every time. The amount of time that we exhale is going to increase, and I will guide you through it. And the exhale, we're going to make an S sound like a snake. It's going to sound like this. Okay? The goal of the S sound is to have it as consistent as possible. You don't want it to sound like okay, we want it to be as smooth as possible. That's why we use the S sound. It gives us a lot of feedback as to how we do with our breath control. Okay, so when we start, we're going to exhale for 8. Which means we only have 8 clicks to expel a lot of air. So that stream of air is going to come out really quickly, but then we're going to increase the time each time, 8, 16, 24, 32. So by the time we get to 24, you're going to have to do a much slower, steady stream of air, more like this. Versus 8 is going to sound like this. I'm drawing my belly button to my spine every time and trying to empty out completely by the end of the count, okay? Excuse me, I'm still recovering from a really awful cold flu thing that I had. So I may not get all the way to 32 today because I'm still recovering. You may not either. That's okay. Keep practicing. This is an exercise that's not only going to teach you proper breath support, but also breath control. Because when we're exhaling, we have to learn how to control the intercostal muscles in between the rib cage so that we're controlling how fast we let out the air, okay? If this doesn't make sense, I promise it will. Just follow along. Here we go. Everybody exhale in through the nose for 1, 8. Inhale. 16. Inhale. 24. Inhale, 1. 32 or more. Here we go. Ooh, I was suffering at the end there. Did you hear how I kind of petered out? Ooh. So never fear if you didn't get it today. Keep practicing. The goal is 32. Okay. And it'll get easier the more that you do it. But it's also really tricky by the time we get to 32 because we're increasing the amount of our exhale, but we're maintaining the same inhale time. Okay. So this is a really tricky exercise, but it's super effective if you're working on your breath control or your breath support for singing. All right, let's do a couple of sirens now. And when we do a siren, we're going from the lowest notes in our voice to the highest notes in our voice and then back down. So from high to low. Now we're not warmed up yet, so don't push yourself. Go where it's comfortable. And we have 2 options. You can siren on a ooh, woo sound. Ooh. I'm trying to hit each of my registers, okay? Or you can siren with a lip trill. Now, lip trills are great to loosen up the face and get rid of tension. It can be frustrating for some people, especially if you're new to it, but that's okay. Give it a try, and you'll see on my lip trill, a lot of times I run out of steam. I just restart. No big deal, okay? And I'd also like to share with everyone, hi, Resting in Jesus. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate you. A friendly reminder too that warm-ups are not supposed to sound pretty. They're supposed to be effective. So warming up is not the time to judge your voice. It's not the time to judge your range. It's not the time to judge how you sound. It's the time to use technical exercises to get your voice ready for singing. The warm-ups themselves are not supposed to sound pretty per se, okay? Here we go. So we're gonna go low to high, high to low siren. Okay, let's do 2 more with or without the lip trills. I'll demo one without the lip trill now. One more. Great. I like to kind of smushy out my face after lip trills because it tingles a little bit. Let's hum. Now, I'm doing this to my range. So if it gets too high or too low for your range, drop out and jump back in when it's appropriate for your singing range. We have high voices here and low voices down here. Make sure you're staying hydrated. I'm definitely very dry. I'm going to take a sip of water. You keep singing. If humming doesn't feel good for you right now, try an ooh sound and see if that feels better for your voice. Either one is a nice, gentle sound to help us warm up. Drop out if it gets too high for you. Did you hear how the last two I'm sitting a little bit flat on my top notes? But I'm just taking an inventory of it. I'm not judging myself. I'm just saying, okay, I'm tired as I'm warming up. I could use a little more breath support on my high notes. So I'll just keep that in mind as I continue to warm up without judging myself. If it gets too low for you, drop out. You also might want to try an E vowel. As we get lower in the range, the voice tends to like ease better. That's it for me, but you keep going if you can. Awesome. How'd we do? So the next type of exercise I'm going to do is called an SOVT exercise. Those letters stand for semi-occluded vocal tract. And why these are really good is a couple of reasons. So what we're doing is when we're using an SOVT exercise is we're obstructing part of the vocal tract, meaning that air can't quite get out the same way as usual. And this is good for a couple of different purposes. Because the air can't all get out of the mouth, I'll show you how we'll do it in a minute, and you're going to see that the mouth will be closed, so there will be less, mostly closed, so there'll be less room for the air to escape. So what this does is it creates something called back pressure. That means it sends some of the air that can't escape back towards your vocal folds, and it cushions them a little bit. The vocal folds really like this. It helps them feel like safe and nourished. So if you have a really tired voice, if you're a teacher or you're in meetings all day, these SOVT exercises are really good to help reset a tired voice because of that little cushion of air. But that little cushion of air also does something else for us. It helps us strengthen, right? Because the air provides a cushion, but it also provides some resistance. So you want to think of SOVT vocal exercises like bicep curls for the voice, okay? Now, if you've never done this before, you might experience the vocal folds kind of wobbling or shaking. And that just means that you might have to back off a little bit, maybe sing one exercise and then take a break for the next one, and then sing another one and take a break. You want to be very mindful, especially if you're new to these sort of exercises, to listen to your body. Right? Because just like if we were doing bicep curls, like say I'm bicep curling with 10 pounds and all of a sudden I decide I want to try 20 pounds, well, maybe I can't quite do it. So I'm shaking all the way up, right? So if you hear wobbly in your voice, that's what's happening. You're doing a little too much resistance too fast. So just back off a little bit and let yourself rest. Now, we can do SOVTs with a tool or just with our mouth. So let me go grab my tool. And if you have access to a straw, grab it. Okay. Okay. So I have a little straw on a necklace and I love it. It's rose gold. It's long enough for me to get it to my mouth. And I mean, I'll use this walking down the streets of Brooklyn to warm up. So if you like the one on the necklace, there's two places you can get one. And it will also support me if you decide to buy this necklace from either one of these things. I have in my link tree, there's all my links, and then there's another tab for shop. Okay, and you can get it for like I think $11 or $12 off of Amazon from my affiliate link in my Linktree shop. Or there's also this one is actually from the TikTok shop, but it's quite a bit more expensive from the TikTok shop. Okay, this is 60 centimeter in length and it's rose gold, but they have a bunch of different colors. And I'm going to show you all how to access the Linktree because this is new for me. I have it available on my YouTube profile as well for anybody who's hanging out on YouTube Live. So this is my profile, okay, on TikTok. You can also find my Linktree on, oh my gosh, pop-ups, please stop. Okay. So I'm clicking on my Linktree, whether I'm in my YouTube profile or my TikTok profile. Okay. So if you see right here at the top, there's this toggle. You can toggle over to shop. Okay. And then there's I've linked a bunch of different things that are really useful tools for singing. And then the necklace is right here. It's $11.99 from Amazon. Or alternately, if you're on TikTok and you prefer to get it from TikTok shop, right next to my live events is my TikTok shop showcase. And it is in here as well. It's quite a few down. It's $19.99, but I think that there's also shipping. Okay. Hi, Belinda. Welcome. Okay, so you don't have to have a necklace or a straw on a necklace, though. Any straw will do. And if you don't have a straw, I'll show you how to work without a straw as well. Okay, so for those just joining us, we're doing SOVT exercises. If you're new to this, you want the biggest straw you can find. You want a big diameter. That makes it easier, okay? The smaller the straw, the harder this is going to be. Okay, so big straw if you're a beginner, small straw if you're an old pro. Okay, and if you've ever seen those singing straws, that's the reason they come in different sizes, right? So that you can have different like resistance essentially. Okay, so if you don't have a straw, you're going to take your teeth and you're going to place them gently on your bottom lip and make a V sound like this. I hate this. I hate it. It makes my lips tickle. It's not for me. So if you like it and you want to use it, go for it. I'm going to be using my straw. Okay. Either of these will be effective. Either way, you're going to get the resistance training that the voice needs. Okay. So take your straw or take your V sound. Okay. And again, listen to your body. We're going to do the same exercise we just did. Okay. We're not going to go as high or as low with it because we want to make sure we're taking care of ourselves. So for example, if you do one of these with me, you want to make sure that the air is only coming out of the straw and not the sides of your mouth. Okay. The way you test that is this. okay, is the air stopping when I put my finger over the hole, okay? So if you do one and then you say, oh, that was hard, my voice is tired, skip the next one, let us all do this one, and then jump back in, do every other one, okay? Excuse me. I have to say that this cold has been lingering like nothing else. It's very annoying. So pardon my clearing my throat. All right, here we go. We're going to start this exercise from the top, remembering to take breaks when you need to. If there's any questions from anybody at home, please feel free to drop them in the chat. It is hard, Belinda. This is weightlifting for the voice. These are our bicep curls. So take breaks, do what you can. Maybe if you're using a straw, try to find a bigger straw or try doing the V sound like this. Drop out if it gets too high for you. We're going to start heading back down right here. Oh yeah, get used to saliva. If you're doing singing lessons, have tissues nearby, my friends, because you are going to drool on yourself. It's very attractive. Never do this on a date. People will not be able to resist you. Okay? It just wouldn't be fair. How's everybody doing? I know that's a hard one. I hope if you're new to it, you didn't do every single one. I hope that you were gentle on your voice. Thank you, everybody, for the likes. If you're enjoying this session, please double tap the screen. Gifts are also appreciated. If you are open to sending me a tip, every dollar helps keep Harmony Nerd content free. You can go to my link tree. There's a button to click for tips, and then it'll bring up a document with my handles on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all the things. So thank you so much for your support and for hanging out. I love doing this stuff. If you're just joining me, welcome. My name is Tara. I'm a professional singer based in New York City, as well as a music teacher, a vocal teacher. And I've realized how difficult finding quality music education can be through my content creation journey. So I'm resident Harmony Nerd here on TikTok Live. I've also recently started a YouTube channel, so I am live here on YouTube as well. Same handle at Resident Harmony Nerd. You can find my link to my YouTube channel also in my link tree. If you are on YouTube, I would love if you would subscribe over on YouTube. I'm just growing my channel there, so that support helps me quite a bit. we're going to do 2 more warm-ups for today. And the next warm-up that we're going to do is going to be a triad, a major triad. And the reason I'm choosing to warm up with a major triad is because I have different offerings every weekday: Music Theory Monday and Ear Training Tuesday. So this week on Music Theory Monday and Ear Training Tuesday, which these live sessions are also reposted on my YouTube. So like if you missed Music Theory Monday and you want to go back and watch the live, it'll be on my YouTube channel in a playlist for Music Theory Mondays. Same thing with Ear Training Tuesdays. Hi, Fairy House. Thank you for the heart me. So that you don't have to miss out on anything if you can't join me live. Okay. But on Music Theory Monday this week, we learned how to build triads, formulas, how to build triads. And if you missed out on that, you can still get information, not just by going to my YouTube where it will be reposted. Excuse me, tomorrow I should have time to repost. But if you go to my profile again, everybody's yelling on my FYP. What's going on? So, and you go to my link tree. This is also available on my link tree is also on my YouTube profile for anybody on YouTube. The first button here says join my email list and receive a free ear training PDF. So if you click on that, there'll be a little form that pops up, and all I really need is your name and your email. You're welcome to fill out the other fields, but you don't have to. And then you'll be on my email list, and you'll also receive a free PDF that will teach you how to build triads to learn how to sing harmony on your own at home, even if you don't play the piano already. Okay, so Music Theory Monday this week, we learned how to build a triad. And then on Tuesday, we used ear training to learn how to sing it and how to memorize it. So I want to now do a warm up where we're going to sing the triad to help you internalize it even further, because this is going to help you become a better singer. And this is what most harmonies are based on in Western music. Okay. So we're going to sing 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Now, if you were in chorus class in school, you might know this better as do, mi, sol, mi, do. Do, mi, sol, mi, do are what we call solfege syllables, okay? And singers use solfege syllables. The reason I'm teaching scale degree numbers instead, 1, 3, 5, is because it's easier to communicate with instrumentalists using numbers. Instrumentalists, unless they're also a singer, are not going to be using those solfege syllables, okay? So you can use whichever you prefer, but I'm going to be singing the numbers, okay? And the reason we're singing a 1, a 3, and a 5 is because these are the notes we need in order to create a triad. We need a 1 or a low note, a 3 or a middle note, and the 3 can be major or minor, but we're doing major in this case. And then we need a 5, which is the high note, okay? The 5, the 3, and the 1. Here we go. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Keep going. I'm having a phlegm moment. It will pass. You keep singing. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Do you hear how rough my switching between registers is right now? It's a lot of it is that because of the mucus and getting over the sickness, I'm having a little trouble breathing right now. But I'm not going to judge myself. Warm-ups are not to sound pretty. They're to warm up and to start to negotiate our vocal spaces, and that includes our registers. Back down. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, one. I'm really struggling through my passaggio or my break today, and that's okay. It's just information for me, especially as I'm healing from this cold. So if anything, I hope that I can model for you that we do not need to judge ourselves as we're learning to sing. No shame in being a beginner. No shame in needing to shake some dust off the vocal folds. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. We can't learn and improve if we don't try and practice. 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. I'm reaching the bottom of my range. Keep going. If you have a lower voice. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Yep, that's it for me. Any questions on triads or any of the music theory stuff that we talked about before we started this warm-up? Okay. I am out of time for today, my friends. I have a really busy day today. You did it. I'm celebrating with you, man. On the lower one. Awesome. Congrats. That's a low C. That's a C below middle C. It's called a C3. And if you have even a lower voice, you might have been singing C2 if you were singing down an octave from where I was singing. Does anybody have any questions? I have just a couple of minutes. So thank you so much for those who joined me, for those who are new here. Once more, my name is Tara. I'm a professional singer based in New York City and a voice teacher. If you go to my main page here on TikTok or on YouTube, you'll see that I have scheduled events, okay? On TikTok, if you press this little live event that's on the top left of my profile page, then it'll pop up from the bottom all of my different offerings, okay? We do Music Theory Mondays, and we learn some music theory that then helps us with ear training Tuesdays. Okay, you don't have to be at both sessions. You'll still be able to do the ear training without the music theory, but they are companions. So like whatever we learn for music theory on Monday, we then learn how to ear train for that on Tuesday. Wednesdays, we do these warm-up sessions together every week. And then Thursday on TikTok Live, I offer free voice lessons. So if you'd like to sing with me, go to that live event in my profile and pre-register. And then show up at the scheduled time. The first 3 people to show up will get to work with me on TikTok Live. And then we're starting something this Friday I'm really excited about. It's called Frequency Friday, and that's more about the mind-body connection of singing, confidence building, how to put yourself out there, nervous system regulation, and some of like the science behind why we get nervous, and why singing is so healthy for us, why humans have been doing it for millennia. So I hope that you'll join me for any of these offerings. The times will change each week based on my schedule, and also because I want people from all over the world from different time zones to be able to participate if they want. So thank you, Fairy House. You have a wonderful day as well. I hope you're feeling good today. Thank you, Belinda. I have been sick for like 10 days. 12 days. It's going on 2 weeks. So my energy is starting to come back, but I am the mucus queen. Ew. I'm not here for it. TMI, right? But that's okay. I want to thank everybody for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow. Voice lessons are early tomorrow. I have to do something in the afternoon. Are you guys? So I believe that they're scheduled for 11 a.m. tomorrow, free voice lessons, and Frequency Friday scheduled for 10 a.m. on Friday. Okay. I love you too. Thank you everybody for hanging out. I hope you got a nice, good warm-up session in. I hope you learned some stuff that you can take with you, and I'll see you on a live really soon. Bye everybody. Take care. Have a great day.